So the next button that we need to look at is BTN Edit. Double click on it and let's write the code. So here's my code for the Edit button. I have two variables, record pos and SS. SS we will use for our SQL string, and record pos identifies the owner ID of the currently selected record. So if you think of the DB grid showing all the records, let's show you actually. If you think of the DB grid, that is the currently selected record, and now this is the currently selected record. So what we want to do in that edit button is to have owner ID, in this case 6, returned. And the code for that is ADO owners.field values and then the field value that you want to be returned as a string. So this string can be stored into that string over there. You're familiar with the update SQL command. Update this table, set this field equal to that, and then the next field equal to whatever follows. So let's look at the details. I want to update a value. I want to be able to enter a new value for the surname. So I'm using an input box, and these are just the two labels, surname and surname. But in the last element of the input box, I'm doing something clever. I'm showing you or displaying the current surname so that you can keep the existing surname if you want to. So that's what happens here. This returns the current value of the surname. You can then change it or not, but that's what happens there. The code is available in detail for you to see the others. So first name, once again I replace it with an input box, and the third element in the input box I replace by ADO owners.field values fname, so I don't have to retype it if I don't want to change it. Then after that, of course we must complete it where owner ID equals record pos, and record pos is the value of the owner ID that is currently selected. I make this as the SQL.text, I close it and I execute it, and because this is an update query, it doesn't produce a result set. I change the SQL values or text query to one that does have a result set, select star from table owners, execute it and open it. Now let's go and do this and show you. Owners, edit, and let's go to the next one, let's say Mbeki, and if we edit that one and we leave his surname as is and we change this to the mountain, email remains the same and cell number remains the same, and our record has been changed. We can check here, but it's probably easier to check in show all owners. Mbeki is now the mountain. Great, so we have these two buttons to do. Let's go and write their code. So let's do button delete, double click. Here we've written the code. Once again I use those two variables. Record pos returns the value of the currently selected owner ID field. Close it, and then the SQL command, delete from table owners, where owner ID is record pos because that's the correct owner ID of the one that's currently been selected. I make this equal to that one, and now I have a try except statement because things might go wrong. Try, and then we do these few commands. ADO owners execute the SQL command and then show message record deleted if nothing goes wrong. If something does go wrong, however, then we go to the except statement between except and end. So then we want to say show message, the owner is linked to a boat, so delete the boat first or change the owner. You see, we can't delete an owner unless it is not linked to a boat anymore. And the rest I think is self-explanatory. Let's have a look and see how this works. Owners, show an individual one, and let's go and delete the last one because that's the one we added. So click on button delete, record deleted. It says to us I'm going to check by showing all owners, and you can see that my name, the one that I entered last, number 10, has now gone. One button left to do, button search, no code yet. Let's write the code for this one. Great, so here I've put in the code for button search. It's fairly straightforward. Select from the table where surname like an input box value, and then we show it. So let's demonstrate this. click on owners, show individual one, click on button search, and let's search for a surname by the name of Smith. And there it is. By the way, you will see that in this search button I have only searched for an owner surname. Now you may do this so that you search for all of the other fields, but I think it's good enough for this project if you merely search for one field. So search for table owners or for boat name in the boat table, and don't do more than that. Great, so we've now done all of this for owners. So the 3 menu items under owners we've now complete. But under boats we've done that one, but we need to do that one. And I'm not going to repeat all of the code. I do want to show you the difficulty, however, with one of them under show edit individual boat. Great, so this is now the show edit individual boat panel. You can see it over there. We should remove this caption. I am not going to bother because you can do this on your own to put labels up there and to change your buttons according to the correct names and write the code for these 4. That's very similar to the code that we've already written. But there is, however, a difficulty with the last 4. So button insert, because the boats, in my case, my boat table has a Boolean field. A Boolean field which in Access is a yes-no field. Access, and the trailer one is a Boolean field. It should be a yes or a no field, but Access will only accept a -1 or a 0. -1 for a yes and a 0 for a no. So we must use Delphi to translate a yes or a no to a -1 or a 0, and then send this through to Access in SQL. So that's why in my case the boat table has a difficulty because of the Boolean field. But let's look at the code closely. I have 2 variables, SS and trailer. SS starts off with insert into table boats, boat name, sail number, engine, trailer. So all those fields, and then these values. An input box for boat name, for sail number, for engine size. And then we terminate this string, and we do this deliberately, not only because it's too long. Then I get the trailer value as an input box on its own. And the person or the user would then enter yes or no. And now I do a little calculation. If uppercase of trailer is yes, then I change the trailer value to -1 as a string. And if it's not, in other words, if it's no, we change it to a 0. And then I complete my SS string. So SS string is now whatever it was at the beginning, plus trailer, which is -1 or 0, plus the rest of the string. And I assign this to the SQL text value, execute it, and I reread all the values from table boats and open it, because of course the insert statement does not have a result set, so I want a result set before I can show what has happened. Let's run this program and see what happens. Show edit individual boats. But because I haven't written these 4 buttons, let's go and look at all boats first. There they are. Now go back to show individual boats. But of course you will write this code, so you can show it immediately if we want to insert a new record. So our boat's name is Raindrop. Our sail number is 41. Our engine size is 9.5. And it does have a trailer. And the buy date today is the 18th of the 7th, 2014. Click on OK. And my owner ID, 9. I'm sure there is an owner ID with 9. Oh, and we get an error. We've obviously made a typing error with engine in that SQL statement. I think it should be engine size. Let's go and have a look. So let's change this field to engine size. And I think that's right. Let's do the whole thing again. Boats, show all boats, and then show individual boats, and insert a new field, and we call it Raindrop. And the sail number was 41, and the engine was 9.5, and the trailer is yes, and the buy date was 18 of July 2014. click on OK, and the odor ID I made 9. Great. Now let's go to the last button. We can't see it, but let's go and look at them where we show all boats, and there's Raindrop, and it's been inserted correctly. Okay, so I just wanted to bring to your attention that you must be careful with this yes/no thing for the Boolean field. You must be careful of the Boolean field in these three as well, the edit field and the delete field, but not really in the search, because we are, well, not even in delete either. It's just these two that one worries about, the Boolean field.